Most people believe a slow metabolism is a fixed trait or a permanent broken state. Biologically, your metabolism is not a single engine. It is a complex network of chemical reactions designed to keep you alive. When fat loss stops despite a calorie deficit, it is not a failure of willpower. It is a calculated survival response by your endocrine system. The body does not prioritize your aesthetic goals. It prioritizes energy security. When it senses a prolonged gap between energy intake and energy expenditure, it initiates a process called adaptive thermogenesis. This is a deliberate downregulation of your metabolic rate to prevent starvation. This is weight loss decoded. We do not provide motivation or trendy diet advice. We examine the physiological mechanisms that govern weight regulation. By understanding the cellular signals that control your fat stores, you can stop fighting your biology and start working with it. To fix your metabolism naturally, we must first define what is actually broken. In most cases, the issue is metabolic inflexibility. This is the inability of your body to switch efficiently between burning carbohydrates and burning stored body fat for fuel. The primary regulator of this flexibility is insulin. When insulin levels remain chronically elevated due to frequent feeding or high glycemic loads, the body stays in storage mode. High insulin acts as a biological lock on your fat cells, preventing the release of fatty acids into the bloodstream. Over time, this leads to leptin resistance. Leptin is the hormone produced by your fat cells to tell your brain you have enough energy. If the brain stops hearing the leptin signal, it assumes you're starving. This triggers a massive drop in thyroid activity and non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT. Standard weight loss advice often worsens the problem. When you simply eat less of the same inflammatory foods, you do not lower insulin enough to unlock fat stores. Instead, your body reacts by slowing your heart rate, lowering your body temperature, and increasing your hunger signals. To reverse this, we must restore insulin sensitivity. This is achieved by increasing the time windows where insulin is absent. When insulin drops below a specific threshold, the enzyme hormone-sensitive lipase is activated. This enzyme is the biological key that finally opens the fat cell. Simultaneously, we must address mitochondrial density. Your metabolism is effectively the sum total of your mitochondria. Through specific stressors like resistance training or cold exposure, the body undergoes mitochondrial biogenesis, literally growing new power plants within your muscle cells. A non-obvious error in metabolic repair is the mismanagement of cortisol. While short bursts of stress are healthy, chronic cortisol elevation causes gluconeogenesis. This is the process where the body breaks down its own muscle tissue to create glucose, which then spikes insulin and halts fat burning. Recent research suggests the body maintains a set point or a metabolic memory. This is governed by the density of receptors in the hypothalamus. To change your set point, you cannot rely on a 30-day fix. The body requires maintenance phases where you eat at your new equilibrium to allow the brain to recalibrate its energy sensors. Fixing your metabolism is not about speeding it up with stimulants. It is about restoring the biological signals that have been drowned out. Lower your insulin, increase your mitochondrial density, manage your cortisol, and allow time for your brain to accept a new set point. Biological clarity is the only path to permanent change. If you want to understand the science behind your health, follow Weight Loss Decoded. Would you like me to expand on the specific types of resistance training that trigger mitochondrial biogenesis?